Hello, fellow compatriots. This is your host, Tribuchon here, and today we are going to be making some G2 Bionicle goodness. And yes, that's right. We're going to be making a lot of G2 stuff. And I think for ease of building, I'm going to remove this chair because it's not a swivel chair, and I'm going to be moving around a lot. Because me as a builder, I don't normally stay in one place. The thing about me, I don't really stay in one place all that much. Always moving. But, so, as you may have seen in the thumbnail, we're going to be working on G2 because I got a lot of CCBS to toy around with. And let's be real, I've recently acquired some nice G2 sets. Nice and unopened, still got the tape, which is nice. You know, you don't a bit pricey though, but for a sealed official. Oh wow, it's bulging a little bit. You see that? The tape is still there, but it's bulging. That can't be good. Why are you bulging? Is this frequent? Does this happen? Where there's a slight bulge in a fish Bionicle? Let me know. But yeah, that aside, can you all hear me okay? If you can, so I can readjust my settings just a little bit, and we're going to use 2015 Gearbox. Those are actually pretty handy when it comes to those sort of things. So I realized that I haven't exactly been able to make a lot of videos lately, and I do apologize in that regard. And I will be trying my best to fix that. Hello, Bobo's Bionicle. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well, and I hope you're having a lovely day. So yeah, I've been, it takes a while to make mocks. And because of that, I had to cut it completely from my schedule. But regardless, I've still been mock making, just not as much as I would normally. Which is unfortunate, all things considered. And maybe move this camera a little bit closer. So you guys can see all the lovely stuff that I am going to be building for today. Yeah, so we're going to be working on the snake guy. Just basically a whole bunch of random Bionicle mocks. Be chatting with all you lovelies as per usual. And have ourselves a good time this year. Ordinary, chillaxing, streaming experience. Now, to make a noodle, I have been playing around with how to make tails for Serpentine for a while. And one of the things that I found very helpful is utilizing a lot of flexible tubes. Just so that you can get the flexibility and make it feel lifelike. However, the thing that annoys me a little bit in that regard is the fact that it remains somewhat skeletal. So I'm going to be using these tubes, but what it will allow me is to make ribs with these. They're not tubes. They're what are these called? I forgot. Belts. They're called a belt. There we go. Took me a while. I apologize. My head has not been there for a while, as I have been making my own G3 Bionicle. Yeah, I've been making G3 lately. It's actually a thing, guys. I know people have been talking about G3 since the end of time. It is the same old, like, oh, what if Lego did this? What if Lego did that? Oh, wouldn't it be interesting to see maybe a Bionicle but system? Whoa, or something like that. Or, go around the same blog as we're creating something like this. But that's either here nor there in that regard. What I'm focusing on is something new and exciting. Full line of buildable figures, all that lovely stuff, and also emphasizing on new designs, like an entire new building system. I kind of had to, because I'm in a similar boat as Lego was back in the 90s, where it's like, there's not a lot of cash money available, but outside of that, it can be pretty fun and intriguing. I got an orange wheel. I kind of want to use an orange wheel. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I want to use it in this because this is going to be a Titan build easily with how it's going to be. It's just a beautiful wheel. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful color. I miss that color. Well, I think they still make that color, but it's still a beautiful color. I really like the color. All right. So I got options for wheels because, as you know, when it comes to a snake body, you need to have a wheel and a really good wheel. Can't exactly choose around that kind of stuff. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, I've been doing a lot of 3D modeling. I used to work with CAD in the past when it came to working on machinery and so forth, but this is the first time I'm like actually trying to make a thing with a thing, so to speak. You know what? Maybe not as big. Maybe 2 wheels. 2 wheels might be the best way to go. Not that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that would double the friction. That's a good idea. Oh my gosh, I'm such a genius, guys. I'm such a genius. So I'm going to do a gear train between these 2 wheels so that we can have a pulley system. So this will pull one way, this will pull the other way, while this being tight, because that will create pressure and creating the curve, because a triangle, especially an isosceles triangle, will keep the shape even when one side changes over the other, and this is going to be pulling it rather than pushing. It's going to contract instead of extend. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the words that me likes and me is trying to express. Hopefully, that makes perfect sense in the grand schemes of the universe. All right. Now, this boy is a red boy. But yeah, it's kind of nice to take a second, make a video real quick. I'm not so sure how well this stream is going to do, but we're going to find out. One way or another, we are going to find out, and we're going to be doing it together. And honestly, there's nothing more fantastical than an exploration of and design and engineering. So we're going to use these angle elements over here to make the gear train. And we're going to use okay, so there's a 2, it takes about 2 stalled spacing, 3, 4, So 6 on either side. There we go. And we're going to get a bushing for this. I think because we're making a moving snaky boy with this new build design that I did quite a while ago. This isn't something new. I experimented before in the early 2000s, but not early. Oh my god, I haven't been on YouTube that long. I'm sorry. How dare I? How dare I assume that I am an OG biotuber? How dare I? How dare I? Clearly, I am talking out of my bootay when it comes to that. Ooh! I just got an idea. I just got a really, really, really nice idea. And honestly, it is delightful. So you see how this is 3 spaces from here. Well, this is also 3 spaces from here. And you can fit an axle through there. Isn't that lovely? So what I'm going to be doing, actually, that might need to be a little bit wider because of the connections that I'm going to be doing. And it's going to be having a body connected to this. It's a rigid body with some articulation on the go. So with that in mind, we are actually going to be making a few adjustments. Okay. Oh man, I miss mocking. It's been so long. I have been designing G3 for a spiritual successor to Bionicle for quite a long time. So playing with classic OG Lego is very relieving. I am so relieved. I don't have to design an entire building system for, well, I did design an entire building system for today, but that's besides the point. The point is, me a happy person. Me a happy person right now to touch some genuine Lego. Am I ranting? Am I going crazy? A little bit. But hey, can you blame me? Oh, what a life. All right, so wait a minute. That's a 3. Wait a minute, what's the angle for an angle element for the brown? There's like this brown element that Umarak uses. So hopefully it's not too acute. If it is too acute of an angle, then we're going to have to not do that, but it's a little more acute. Don't feel comfortable, but the gears are going to slide because this is going to be using a lot of force. So it got to be a Technic thing. Yippee, Technic. Or do actually, I can just do the one side. No, it has to be both sides because of the torque. Because it can't offset. Wait a minute. I got an idea. So instead of having to worry about an obtuse offset on one side, kind of like a handrail mechanism, I could instead just put the thing an internal chassis just to hold the whole thing together, and then I don't have to worry about a single thing. You see, this is what we call in the industry engineering, my fellow compatriots. And it's definitely a fine connoisseur art what only the most sophisticated individuals can even comprehend. I'm just kidding. That is very egotistical, and I should be ashamed of saying that statement because it's not an egotistical statement. I am not a masochist. I am a happy-go-lucky person. That is all you need to know right now. All right, so that makes 1 stud in total. So instead of a 6, we're going to be needing a 7 instead of an 8. Whee! And I am describing everything that's going on to try a new format for YouTube so that I can describe, talk, and socialize. Hopefully that's going well. Dilton McGrone says, hello there, hi! I am making a snake person because this has been raking in the back of my mind for a while. I need a break from designing Bionicle G3 for a little bit, even though it's not called Bionicle G3. But, neither here nor there. It's close enough. It's close enough. There we go. So that will go there. And then we can add connection points. And then we'll be amazingly in a great situation. A happy-go-lucky situation, if I do say so myself. There we go. That goes there. And that goes there. And then to reinforce it so that we don't have to worry about it being offset by one side because in case of you're pushing down, due to the angle, it's actually going to be pushing back, putting stress on these anchor points. So we're going to put an additional struts on the back side so that we can not have to worry about any stress when we are playing with this fun little dude. So we got some half elements over here, and they're adjustable so that they can rest firmly on the rotating axle. So the axle is going to be both place of movement and a rotary at the same time. You see, I've been mocking for so long. I have been doing so many gear functions for so many years that sometimes I sound like a crazy person talking about all the different design traits that one can do when putting together a Lego. And there you go. So we got a strut here. And then these 4 connection points will hold together, and we'll have a central axle going through here for additional support. Again, it's too small for putting a 1x1 Technic beam or a double extender. So it's just going to be the raw axle with the gears placed right there in lovely fashion. But what that means is we get to add some nice, lovely black gears into the mix here. And, this design might be fun enough. I'm going to have to make sure it works, though. We had to make sure it works. We can't just make something and be like, haha, you see, it definitely works, even though it really doesn't. So I am going to use a number. So that would be angled, and that would slope too far down. And it might be a little bit too long there. But because there's going to be a lot of Technic here anyways, I'm thinking we go ahead and use some trans orange angle 45. Is it a 45? It looks like a 45-degree angle Technic beam. Should be fine, theoretically speaking. Let me see how this looks. That looks like a G2. Yeah, that definitely looks like G2. We're keeping that. Dylan McCrone says, hello there. I'm not too sure if I said hi before, but I say hi now. There we go. And there we go. So that's a 2-length. We're going to go ahead and double this in lovely fashion by adding a pin right over here. So pin will go there. Actually, we don't want it to rotate. So we can probably put that there. Oh, I got an idea, actually. I got a really good idea, in fact. Because the tube needs to go there for the central strut connection. So I can go ahead and add one of those Technic blocks that has the little pinhole on it. Then we have an anchor point. You know, that is a lovely idea, if I do say so myself. If I can find it. I think I used my last... I have a blue one. Like a blue one of these. I'm going to try to use it and then color block. Try to block the color of that. Actually, wait a minute. That's going to be harder considering it is external and very close to what I basically got working here. So I think we're going to go use... I'm going to go ahead and murder a design that I was saving for something else and scrap it and put it right in there. You know, it doesn't look like much, but it will eventually look like quite a bit. Beep boop. Yeah. Seems to be working pretty well. Let me... There we go. There we go. That should do it. Yeah. All right. I might save these Technic... Wait a minute. Was that 2? No, that was just a 1. Got it. Wait a minute. Where's my angle piece? I need this. I need this. This is actually very helpful for what I'm trying to do here. Oh, come on. You can work with me. I believe in you. There we go. There you go. See, that worked. That worked seamlessly. It was perfect. It was wonderful. There we go. Now, we get to go ahead and add this thing in. Extend it out a bit. And then... Oh, that's sticking out too much. Oh. You know what? We're going to leave the 4 there. Yeah, that works. That works perfectly, in fact. And I'm tempted to go ahead and add something here to reinforce the thing. I wish they made a tube in trans orange. You know how nice that would be, a trans orange tube? You know that's going to look delicious if that were a thing that existed. I would so love a trans orange tube. That would be so great. I would be so happy with myself. It would be best thing ever. All right. So, man, I miss making YouTube videos. It's so nice to actually chat with all of you lovelies, do all those things. It's so nice and endearing and enjoyable. All right. I need to attach something here. I'm not just sure what I want to do, but I want to add detailing. How to do that? So tempting. I'm trying to think what I want to do with that. I feel like I could put something there. And I want to leave that exposed so that I can actually add some more stuff. Maybe I could just put a pin there. I could. It's a rounded thing. I could just put a pin there. like a full-on pin. Stick it right in there. But no, it's tempting. I don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't know. All right. I got a idea. May not be the idea, but it's a idea. Oh, I got an idea. Okay, I actually have an idea right now. Because this character has a lot of gunmetal anyway, so we're going to put this part of the frame as part of the design. Wait a minute. Does this go? Oh, it's external. This doesn't help me. This does not help me the way that I was hoping it would. Because the only way for it to be out of the way is it being right there, which wouldn't necessarily work in my favor. Oh man, the support struts are... Oh, I'm trying to think how to do the support properly. It's better to be an axle instead of a pin because I know it's going to create stress. Question is, what to put in it? That's the question. That do be a question. And it's a really hard question. All right. I think the best thing to put in it is nothing at all. Yep, I'm just going to put a red axle in there just for the color blocking purposes. And then add that in. There we go. Is this ideal? No. Will I eventually think of something to put there? Absolutely. And honestly, I can put that back in there. Oh my God, I can put it back in there. Never mind. I has found idea, and it's a good idea. You know why it's a good idea? Because I thought of it. That's why. Yeah, we're going to be making the frame for this sneaky boy. Going to use this uniter piece as texturing. At its finest detail, of course. Then we're going to put a red axle right there. Not a 1x1 Technic half lift arm. There we go. And then that goes there. So we can add a beam here for the torso depending on how big this thing gets. And we got a lot of torque here because we got two wheels instead of one. So when we're pressing down, it will make the movement necessary for the tip of the tail. Probably the most complex Bionicle I ever Bionicled. Actually, no. That will probably be Marendar. I'm still want to revamp him. I took him apart with the sole purpose of revamping him and cleaning him up. Because I discovered a new way of making my boy actually articulated. So gear goes there, gear goes there, gear goes there, and a gear goes there. So we got 4 gears working in the same direction, and then this will go the other direction. Ideally, let's test this out, see if it does not clog or jam. It turns! It goes the other way. Nice. As you can see, when you roll both wheels, it gives it additional torque and all the other stuff that I so desperately needed to do. And I just spilled a whole bunch of Lego everywhere, but that's because I'm just a little bit excited and I can't control myself. I'm so excited that I just can't hide it. Or so to speak. Oh my god, I got so much Lego. I have way too much Lego. Is there a thing as too much Lego? I don't think there is, but my intuition says otherwise right now, considering I have more Lego than I know what to do with. So probably. All right. So we need a 7. We're right over there. So when we try to grab that again without knocking anything over, that would be ideal. Preferably for making a snaky boy. And I think this is the best iteration of this. Wait a minute. I need a 9. I forgot I needed a 9. Oh, this is going to be a big Titan snake. I'm having so many gears. The noodle is right there. If I use a larger gear ratio, like if the gear ratio were bigger than this, by using a 24 tooth gear, I believe this is 24. 24 against the. If the gear ratio is too high, then it's not going to turn as frequently. So I want to have. I believe this is a 1-3. Because I don't want to use this gear. This is too big of a gear. Let's see. Maybe we can fix this because I made it compact. So let me get a 9. And we can go from there. This is going to be a Titan snake. This is going to be like if Skull Grinder were a snake, because this is turning into a Titan. In terms of the gearbox. Like, this is a massive gear train, but it has a lot of friction. So it should pull pretty well, all things considered. It's going to be even wider, so it's going to be 2 studs more out. See, this is why. Oh. I don't like it. It bugs me. Wait a minute. I did something back in 2017. I remember doing something back in 2017. Let me see if I can pull it off here. Let me see if these gears work. These are not really gears, but be quiet, you. You know what I mean. All right. Let me see if this works. It does, and it will give more leverage without it jumping. Yeah, this might be able to give the pull that I need without the... And... Wait a minute, but it needs to taper inward, not... We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We can figure it out. Isn't that right, chat? We can figure this out. We are fellow engineers, fellow mockists at heart. That's actually very satisfying, seeing that angle come together. Okay, that has unreasonable amount of torque, and that is going to hold for a good while. That's not going to come apart all too easily. That I can assure you. So now we put in the tail, the part that's supposed to flex. There we go. Got the tail segment. And it's 1-to-1, which is perfect. And that ended up a lot more better than I was originally planning it to go. All right, let's see if we can go ahead and attach these segments onto the side and make the snake more of a snake. And we're going to be using a lot of bar pieces because we kind of have to. Wait a minute. I think I got an idea. It's a darn good idea, too. And we're going to add some claws here for the shaping of this tail. Maybe red for the claws. There we go. Trying to think here. Which thinking hurts if you did not know already. It's a very painful experience. How far is the spacing on this? Is it 3 exact? Oh, it is. It's exactly 3. Oh, this actually works in my favor. Oh, that works in my favor so much, in fact. You have no idea, fellow compatriots. This is actually a monumental moment that I'm glad that they kept it within the system. Now I just had to find the elements necessary to actually do the thing that I am going to be doing, which you will all see very shortly, if I can find a piece that's not broken. I got quite a bit of broken. You know what? I got more Lego than I realized. I don't have to keep broken Lego. All right. This build process is taking a little bit longer. All right, so what I'm going to be doing here is trying to add like this segment right to here, and then I'll have a pin attachment to go ahead and do whatever I need to do. All right, give me a second, fellow compatriots. All right, I'm back. That was a very long interruption, and I apologize for that. All right, fellow compatriots. Here we go. So, got that over here. I'm going to actually have to cut this stream a little bit short than planned. I do apologize about that, but we'll be right back. So I'll be starting a second stream. So stay tuned for that. Again, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all in the next stream. I'm going to be streaming later today, so sure check that out. All right, toodles!